When did you realize Lord in Lord of the Rings is Sauron? Right at the beginning when they explain it. When I was 8 years old and I read Lord of the Rings for the first time. In 2 of the Fellowship, when Gandalf is explaining everything to Frodo. I think Gandalf literally refers to him as such there at one point, too. I always thought it was the actual ring. Right now, I've seen it, read it, but it never really stuck, I guess lol. Now a clock. Isn't it quite obvious with the one ring to bind them all poem? Now, who else did you think was the Lord of the Rings, other than Sauron? In the books it's explained in one of the very early chapters, and in the movies I'm also sure it becomes clear somewhere in the first half of the first one. Wait, what? I guess right now. Why Americans walk around the house in shoes? It's cheaper than turning the heater up. Do they really? I thought it was just in movies and series. I think that this is more common in places where they don't get much snow or rain, like California. In Canada we always take off our shoes so as not to track dirt and mud around the house. It's not a hard cultural rule like it is in Japan, but more of a practical necessity. It's also common to have a different pair of shoes in the office than the boots that you are wearing walking around outside. I do it because plantar fasciitis is super painful, and being barefoot makes it so much worse. You just got the powers of Superman. What's the first thing you do? Learn how to control them so I don't accidentally blow up the galaxy. Fly around the world really fast and make time go in reverse. Fly. I know it's really simple, but the idea of being able to go anywhere whenever I want in a short amount of time is awesome. Fight Homelander. Fly to another planet and never come back to this shithole. Shave my DCK with lasers. I would go Cyclops, just laser beams everywhere, think Death Rave. Blow out my sprinklers. I wanna fly to Mars. Check out all the woman with X-ray vision. Control first and never taking a subway Aegean. Fly over the world, but I'll need a jacket. Fly from Mars to Sirius. Wrap bad guys with my cellophane insignia. Open the jar I currently can't open. What is a movie you saw when you were young that you definitely should not have seen at that age? My dad let me watch A Clockwork Orange. When I was 11, probably The Mummy. Yes, the Brendan Fraser one. Now, I know, it's not actually especially scary or violent. But when I first watched as a child, I completely missed that it was supposed to be funny. Those stupid scarabs scared the crap out of me. The original It. Several of those scenes still haunt me. Akira. I was 8, my grandma saw it was animated and rented it thinking it was a Disney movie. I don't care what anyone says, Gremlins is not a kid's movie. My dad let me watch Austin Powers with him. I must have been 6 or 7. What do you regularly spend money on that is a complete waste? Lottery ticket. Food. It all just ends up down the toilet. About 200 to 300 euros a month for delivery food I mostly regret ordering afterwards. Cigarettes, I've gotta quit, again. Coffee outside of home. Skincare. I know it's a joke but I just can't stop. Fountain pens. I spend so much money on video games. Meanwhile my backlog is huge and I can't stop buying more. My sister has spent over $2,000 in Valorant. I just find that baffling. Nothing I think. I'm not rich you know. Me. I am a waste. Having old cassette recorders repaired. Filaments. What is slowly phasing out in 2022? Term lengths of UKPMs. Manned registers. Me. I pretty much checked out mentally 5 years ago. I barely know where I am anymore. iPhone chargers. Affordable homes. The fucks people have left to give. The middle class. Having a savings account. My weight, 20 pounds since the start of the year, and if I can keep it up I hit my goal by year's end. Facebook. 2022. Optimism, apparently. Metaverse. Despite how much money Mark Zuckerberg has put into its development, it is failing to generate public interest or revenue. I would say 1-2 years before investors give an ultimatum and pull out. My grandma. Yee. My savings. What video game do you have the most hours in? Well, by far. Diablo 2. Halo 3 all time. Tiny Tina's currently. Skyrim. Probably Time Splitters. But a close second is Apex Legends. Elden Ring. Bond for N64. Presently RDR2. Minecraft. Don't even know the hours, but when you've been playing it for 10 years. War Thunder by a stupid amount. The Elder Scrolls Online. Knowing that, I wish I could say I thought it was a great game, but really it's just a collector's completionist's dream nightmare depending on your perspective. Valorant and CSGO despite always losing. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. League of Legends, and I regret it. If you owned a topless strip joint, what would you call it? College tuition. So when the girls say they are working for college tuition, they won't be lying. Superb. I'll show I'd riff off of Hooters. The Booby Trap. Chicken strips. It would be for my rooster customers. The land of milkers and honeys. The gym. Nobody will care if you say you're going there. Jesus Christ, Phil has been going to the gym every night for 5 months and he's getting fatter. I'd serve tea and biscuits and call it McVitie's and titties. Silicone toys for boys. Demon hours. Who is the best villain of all time from an animated movie or TV show? Joker from Batman the Animated Series. Iconic. And props to Mark Hamill for really making Joker's voice his own. For a serious answer, my favorite evil villain is Judge Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Literal goosebumps. For a non-serious answer, my favorite is Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. Makes me laugh every time. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Scar from The Lion King. Killed his own brother and had no qualms killing his young nephew. Starved and abused his people. Yeah, very few beat that. He's basically a feline Hitler.